Hello, everyone, and welcome to Setwa Serenity. I'm Setwa. I'm on a journey to find tranquility in this chaotic world. So come along and let's embrace the universe together. Today is April 25th, 2024, and first I want to thank everyone who heard my first episode last week. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the feedback, all the support from everyone. As you all know, I'm still learning, adjusting to this podcast schedule and writing for the episodes. I have a lot of ideas and I'm just trying to get this creativity flow somewhere where it's more organized. So I love when people tell me their experiences, the content they enjoy. It helps me grow as a content creator and inspires me for future episodes. All right, so I'm going to start with a question of the week. I posted on Instagram this question and I got a few interesting responses. The question is, what dream have you had that you can recall vividly? Some responses were that they were pregnant, being chased in a forest, being murdered, or they're murdering someone. Interesting. A couple of interesting one was being underwater with sharks. A miniature cow living under my bed. Sitting in the forest with a leshy creature. And for some that don't know, a leshy creature is a forest guardian. So, pretty interesting responses. I chose dreams as the topic of this week because it's something that I tend to have a lot of. I dream very vividly, and some of my creativity stems from the dreams I've had in the past. So I've been a very vivid dreamer for as long as I can remember. I can say probably as young as 5 years old. Sometimes my dreams, they can be a little silly or they're giving me a sign. Some of them are stories. I wake up either confused, frightened, overwhelmed, sometimes even relaxed. They can sometimes be inspiring, but mostly it's a lot of pictures and events happening around me. Some of them have helped me through a rough patch in my life. I personally don't follow religion or believe in anything deeply like some people, but I found comfort in just existing in the universe and feeling spiritually connected to the unknown. So as someone who dreams vividly, sometimes these dreams can have messages that feel real to me. Growing up, I felt drawn to the ocean and whales, orcas specifically. I'm not even surprised that eventually I would dream of them in moments where I felt uncertain or had something tragic happen in my life. So an example of one of these dreams is I woke up surrounded by darkness, and then when my eyes would adjust, I would notice that there's bubbles in front of my face. I could feel my chest getting really tight, and I'm just staring into the darkness of what I honestly believed was water. In the distance, I could see a burgundy hue coming towards me, and I can see that it was an oversized silhouette. As soon as it approached me, I could tell it was a giant orca. It came into view, and I felt myself go completely still. The burgundy glow it had all over looked like a tribal tattoo all over. It pulsed sort of like a heartbeat. It would go from burgundy to a very fiery orange. It reminded me of like the embers of a fireplace when it's going out. So as the orca drifted past me, it looked me in the eyes. I could see its eyes, and I could see my own reflection in it. That's how big it was. It took me in for a moment, and it just makes a very low sound when it swims past me. In those moments, I felt a lot of calmness come over me. My heart would be racing, and it felt like after it left, there's this whisper in myself telling me to just keep pushing, keep going. And a lot of the dreams after that first dream with the orca, I would get signs. Sometimes I could be near a body of water, and I would see a tail, a fin, a quick glimpse of its head out of the water. And again, I would freeze, and I'll feel myself get so tense. But then when it would go away, a calmness, and I would wake up, heart racing and everything. I even recall sometimes in these dreams, I would know what I was going through. I would know why I was having these dreams, and it's always like kind of eerie how well my inner self was trying to find strength even in sleep. So I found this website called the Dream App, and it says that having dreams with orcas, and I'm quoting this, it symbolizes those things you fear in your unconscious mind, specifically related to your emotions. This also represents the stress and anxiety you are currently facing in your waking life. This stress could come from either the things and people in your personal life or professional life. Valid. Feeling-wise, the website says, and again I quote, "The dream of killer whales evokes a mix of awe, fear, and curiosity. These majestic creatures symbolize power, intelligence, and grace. The sight of them swimming freely in the vast ocean triggers a sense of wonder and amazement. However, their predatory nature also instills a sense of danger and vulnerability. This dream may leave you feeling both fascinated and apprehensive as you contemplate the mysteries of the deep and primal instincts that lie within us all." And I can honestly agree. This is on point with a lot of the patterns I noticed when I would have these dreams. And I won't lie to you all, this is tame compared to some of my past dreams. There have been dreams that I can legitimately say they're nightmares. Pure nightmares. I'm not big on horror things, but they do show up for me. I've watched some horror movies and played some horror games. I don't know. It doesn't bring me joy, but it's so much fun to watch with other people that I guess my dreams are just like, hey, here you go. We're going to give you saw that scary thing? We're going to give you something scarier to wake up to. Or some of them are just been like stories. They've been kind of like my inspiration to start a story, a poem. I'm still writing a book currently, but we'll see where that goes. So depending on any week's topic, I might bring up a dream that I've had, some inspiration that I've gotten, but I'll talk about those in the future. I do keep a dream journal so I can recall most of my interesting dreams or anything that I feel like are a sign. So at this time, I think I should talk about my spiritual connections, I would say. I'm not gonna say that I don't know. I won't call myself a witch. Even though it's a running joke with some of my friends where we say that we have witchy senses. I guess it's a joke, but sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe, sort of. So it's just, there's this thing where I'll be thinking of someone or they're thinking about me and I'll reach out or say something that either they were thinking about, or it sometimes can happen with my husband. Like I'll say something internally. It could be something simple like what I want for dinner. Then my husband a few minutes later, or even a few seconds later, would be like, hey, do you want this for dinner? And I'll be like, oh my gosh, I just said that to myself. But I read somewhere that in our brains, it's like we're tuned into the same radio frequency. I found that very interesting because people who tend to be within my inner circle, people who I automatically have a bond with, it could be in person, it can be from a distance. If we have a very good bond, very good connection. I find that we tend to, be in tune with each other. I feel like it's like a thread of bonds towards people. I can feel when the bond is going not so good, or if the bond, something's wrong. It's like a line that's tied into, I don't know, I can say my soul. And I can feel when they're in trouble or going through something emotionally, and whether I act upon those feelings, or asking them, hey, what's wrong, or hey, I've been thinking of you, what's going on. That totally depends on me, or sometimes they do reach out to me in their moments of feeling down. Some people can sense when I'm not feeling okay or anything, but it's kind of rare when it gets reciprocated to me. Most of the time it's me reaching out, but very rarely some people all at once will start reaching out. And sometimes is when these moments for me have already passed. So I don't know if you guys have anyone like that. I tend to call them my soul friends. Some people call them soulmates. I mean, highly depends. Yes, you can have multiple soulmates, but not romantically, I would say. Well, that could be a different conversation, but there's soulmates, I feel like, and soul friends, where you click with that person. I don't know if anybody has experienced that. You meet someone and you're just like, this person's gonna be my best friend. We're gonna be best friends and it's gonna be great. I've had some people like that. This can obviously change with time, but sometimes the bond does stay. Through the years, I've had my share of people who've been in and out of my life, and sometimes the bond is there, the bonds aren't as strong as they used to be, or we fall out of touch. I've had the unfortunate experience of losing one of my friends, even from a distance. It was an online friend, and it hurts pretty deeply. And again, that was also a dream in itself. Again, this might be another conversation for another time. I've had dreams of people who have passed, with messages, with things that only they would know if they were living, or they say things that are a message for another person. And they do tell me in the dreams something that I'm kind of confused about, or they'll say something like that I don't know anything about. And then when I give the message to the intended person, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Creepy, but that is the life of the unknown universe that I am still yet to understand. I'm still exploring. So I don't know if anybody likes the topics of ghosts, spirits, and anything. They tend to creep me out when I was older. That I will give it. I used to have very violent dreams as well, and I wasn't even sure why. Like I said, I did watch some horror movies growing up, but it just felt like every time I would watch a horror movie, I would go to sleep and dream me, whatever creates, while I'm in the middle of REM, it just became a lot more scary than it should have been. Like something as simple as like, oh, this person got stabbed once. My dream would be like, all right, he's gonna be stabbed 20 times in your dreams. It's a thing. I don't know. All right. So now that we're off the topic of dreams and spiritual eeriness, I would like to recommend an artist. This artist I found recently going through my Instagram reels, and I felt like his music really, really resonated with me. And let's see. So the artist's name is Aaron Hebel. last name spelled Hibell. Aaron Hibell. Maybe it's Hibell. I don't know. Pronunciation is weary. But one of his songs called I Feel Lost resonated a lot with me. But again, I highly recommend you guys go listen to this artist. His music is very euphoric, I would say. And he's growing in popularity, and love that for him. Love his music. But especially his song I Feel Lost. I read that he wrote it in a time where he felt like he didn't. So I feel like it resonates with me. There's been many times I felt lost, where I felt like I lost my way. There's been a lot of ups and downs in life, and hearing this song and being able to feel it and understand the reason why he wrote it is comforting. Because in life, we find ourselves on a path or straying into a path where we did not intend to be. And it's hard getting back into your original path or the path you want to be on, because you took a wrong turn somewhere and you are getting lost in so many things: despair, sadness, shame, guilt. And then it's good to know that you're not alone in that. You're definitely not alone in that. We lose our way sometimes, and that's okay. We just need to get back on that path. It might not be the original path, but a better one than the past of being lost. You find your way. Sometimes you find yourself in a different place somewhere, and I just hope it's a better one than it was originally. Alright, so I'm gonna try and end it here. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate everyone and the support again. I hope to continue putting these out every Thursday and writing up the scripts. I'm gonna try and do like questions of the week again, and again, all my recommendations. Feel free to comment. I had my friend Lily comment about in-law tea. That's coming. Don't worry. I just wanted to, transition in pretty slowly. But I do have things I want to talk about, and I hope you guys all can tune in and be ready to listen. Thank you all for tuning in to Settle Our Serenity. Keep seeking peace in every moment. Until next time, stay serene.